Hi guys, tonight we're going to continue our discussion of interpreting graphs, and we're going to focus again tonight on independent and dependent variables and how we get that information from graphs. So we talked about last night, graphs show the relationship between two variables, and those two variables are always the independent which is the x, and the dependent, which is the y. Remember that the dependent variable is affected by the outside circumstances and or the independent variable. So the independent variable is most of the time the cause, and the dependent variable is the effect. So in the graph below, it shows a relationship between time and the distance traveled by a person who went on vacation. So what is the dependent variable? The dependent variable is always going to be whatever is on our y-axis. And in this case, it's distance. The independent variable is always what's on our x-axis. And in this case, it's time, and it's being measured in hours, and the distance is being measured in kilometers. So as time goes on, as time increases, your distance also either increases or decreases. So this is the independent, and your distance depends on how long you've been walking. So question C, what is the initial distance? Where is the person starting out? They are starting out at 0 kilometers. Okay, question D, for what time interval or intervals is the graph decreasing? So is the distance decreasing? So if we look at this, it's going uphill. My distance is increasing to 8 kilometers. It's not increasing any here, and then it's starting to decrease between here, which is 10 hours, and 18 hours. So it's 10 to 18 hours. We could also write it, our decreasing is 10 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 18, and that would be in hours. Okay, what accounts for the decrease in distance? So what could cause someone, if this is where you started from, let's say this is your house, and you're traveling away from home, what could account for this distance? It could be that they are returning home, getting closer to the house. For what time intervals is the distance increasing? So when is it going uphill? And the increasing interval is from 0 to 4 hours. And we could also write that as 0 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 4. So from here to here is when the distance away from home, or the distance away from their starting place, is increasing. What accounts for this increase? They're driving away from home. Or from wherever they started. Did this person ever stop moving up for a period of time, and how do you know? So if we go back to the graph, we're looking for a period of time where the distance does not change. And right here, this flat part is where the distance does not change. At 4 hours, you were at 8 kilometers from home, and at 10 hours, you were 8 kilometers from home. So the answer to this would be yes. From 4 to 10 hours, your distance from home remain the same. Okay, now it's your turn to answer multiple choice question 2. Using the graph above, where is the function constant? Where is it not changing distance? Where is the distance remaining the same? And from graph number 1, what is the dependent variable? Please make sure to put your answers in the Google form.